Okay guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Today we're switching things up a little bit. I'm here today at One Planet Bike Park in Llandegla, doing a bit of mountain biking with some of the kids and dads from Bruntwood Park BMX Club. This place is a bit of a mountain biker's dream. I have been here several times before, but I haven't been here for a while now. I think possibly since about 2023. But yeah, today we decided we were going to come down here. It does look like the weather is going to turn a bit later, so we are expecting it to be a bit wet and a bit grotty. So the aim for today is to go out, have a good time and give you a bit of a review about what Llandegla is all about. Maybe you haven't been here before, or maybe you're not sure whether you should bring your kids here. We've got a group of riders aged from around 10 years old all the way up to, well, unfortunately, into mid 40s and 50s. So we should be able to give you a good idea of whether this is for you. So Llandegla has, as most bike parks do, a load of trails which are colour coded, very similar to a skiing system. So they have green trails, blue trails, red trails and black trails. Green is effectively easy trails, and then all the way up to black, which are harder trails. If you are familiar with some of the bike parks around England, I would say that this one is a bit tamer than some of your other bike parks, which are a bit more specialised. The kids today are going to be going down red routes and black routes. The kids have got quite a lot of experience within BMX and a bit of experience within mountain bikes, but they should have the skills and confidence to be able to negotiate any of the more difficult stuff. The negative about Llandegla is it is a 4 kilometre climb. It's quite a long climb and it does take some time to get up. There is plenty of places to stop along the way, and we did stop and made sure that the kids had plenty to drink and plenty to eat. We did have an issue with Neil, unfortunately. There's something wrong with his rear suspension and basically it wasn't working correctly, but luckily we were saved by this man in orange who managed to sort us out with a shock pump, and we were able to get some air into that and get him back working, because it did look like his ride was over pretty quickly. Got to the top of the climb, it brings you out at roller coaster. This is a blue section of trail, and we followed that down, and then you get a choice to jib off to True Blue on the right hand side, which is a blue route, or to carry on to a red, which will bring you near to Snowdon View. So we carried on to Snowdon View, and effectively Snowdon View is a black run. We followed this down and it splits again, and you can either go right to Parallel Universe or left to Big Gyms. So we did the left to Big Gyms, carried on down there, and that is quite a jumpy flowy section. The kids absolutely love that. And then back onto the fire trails. So from there, whilst the kids decided to throw themselves down a massive steep drop, we had a bit of a break and then headed over towards Dave the Fox.
Down here, you Wally. Yeah. No. Not even close.
So Dave the Fox is a cool little route, which is an area that's been deforested. Some really cool jumps, quite flowy. It is just a little bit on the short side though. And before you know it, you are pedalling back uphill again. So one of the observations again from riding One Planet versus some of the other bike parks is, I think I've been spoilt recently with some of the uplift days I've been involved with, and there was an awful lot of riding uphill. So I would say you need to be pretty fit or prepared at least to slog it out really on some of the uphill bits, and either push or try your best to ride up there. If you have got an e-bike, to be honest, it does make mincemeat out of it. You can see Alistair being dragged up the hill by Rob, one of the dads, with an e-bike. Very much so cheating.
I love it when people do that.
Then as we followed the trail up, we came to a section called JJ's Jump. This was a very cool, flowy jump trail and took us back round in a bit of a loop and back up the fire road towards Beeline.
At the end.
So one of the things I like about Llandegla is everything is pretty rollable. Even if you aren't the greatest mountain biker in the world, you'll be able to get around here fairly safely by just being a bit careful with your brake and just being sensible.
God.
So after all that pushing and pedaling, we got to Beeline, which was the most exciting bit for everybody. It's probably the highlight of the trip, to be honest. And we'll see some of the footage from going down the trails and some of the jumps from the kids coming up. As we left Beeline, which is arguably the best part, we headed back down towards the Golden Trail, which is a bit more of a North Shore system onto another trail. Very cool, nowhere near as slippery as it looks, to be fair, and this took us back towards a cafe. So positives of Llandegla are that it is really cheap. It cost me £9 to park, which was £5 for parking, £2 per person over the age of 16 in the vehicle, so that was me and Cody, and that's quite reasonable, to be fair. £9 really for the full use of facilities is brilliant. I think if you've got an e-bike, it's a no-brainer, to be honest, because you are able to get to some of the trails and down some of the fire roads and really make the most of these trails, and by creating these little loops for yourself once you get to grips with where everything is. Having ridden on a standard bike, non-e-bike, it's just a long, hard day. I think the total time on bike was about 3.5 hours from beginning to end. And yeah, it was just quite a long day in the saddle. I definitely couldn't do 2 rounds of it without killing myself. Cafe's absolutely brilliant. Facilities for toilet and food is fantastic. I recommend the food. We had the burger and chips. It was absolutely stonking. The shop is beautiful. It's fantastically good looking. It's absolutely full of kit, but it is pretty expensive. Cool thing about it is if you've forgotten anything on your journey to the track, you can obviously get some bits and pieces. You know, if you're missing gloves or missing an e-pad or something like that, you can buy them, but just do be prepared. It is expensive. Food is expensive, but it's good. I was quite happy with the quality of the food there. You've also got your bike wash, which enables you to try and clean the bike off a little bit before taking it home, which was quite helpful today because the weather was pretty awful in the end. So would I recommend it? And the answer is yeah. If this is your first time doing bike parks and you want to go and test something out and do some trail work, I would suggest coming out to Llandegla and giving it a go. It's got enough there that you can make a day of it. It's got enough difficulty that you can learn some things from here, then go apply it to other places.
Yeah, so the cool thing with Llandegla is they have got their own skills section, which shows you really how to do all the other bits and pieces that are actually on the trails. So if there's any one thing in particular you're not sure about, then you can practice it, which is pretty cool. So drop-offs, jumps, berms, yeah, it's got pretty much everything.
Okay, so that is a wrap from One Planet in Llandegla. We've all left with smiles on our faces, albeit we're all a bit tired and a bit cold. I just want to say massive thanks to the boys for coming along and making it a proper day out. If you did enjoy this one, just make sure to hit that like button for me. Drop a comment below if you've ridden here and you've got any favourite parts. I think it's clear that our favourite part for all of us was belonging. And let me know if there's any other trails that I should think about. I have been to Antor Stiniog and would like to go again. Same for Bike Park Wales, which is an absolute mega place. And again, that'll feature in a video if we do go there. Don't forget to subscribe. There's plenty more videos coming your way. And if hitting that subscribe button just helps me out a little bit, it costs you guys nothing, I'd really appreciate it. It'd be fantastic. So for now, keep it rubber side down, look after yourselves and just ride safe. Take care.